All right, everyone's back in DC and living their lives. It's a drama dial up. Let's talk about Love is Blind, episode 7 through 9. Everyone, it's David Stark from Watcher Pass, and this is the second tranche of episodes. This is Love is Blind, season 7, episodes 7 through 9, coming to Netflix on October 9th, 2024. This is the DC Love is Blind season, and we are finally getting back to DC. We get to see some parts of DC, although there is some DC, there's some Alexandria, there's some Fredericksburg, there's some Baltimore, but DC area. And we get the contestants kind of living their normal lives. So, does coming back after this vacation high cause a drama to dial up? Well, yes and no. So let's go through the different couples and kind of see what they are doing. So first we've got my favorites, Hannah and Nick. And I don't know, I like them a lot because I think that they're going to probably have some drama. Not as much drama as I was expecting, although I think there will be some in the future. Nick seems very kind of accommodating to Hannah, and Hannah seems to like be talking down to Nick a lot. I mean, he is kind of a man child at times, but I liked him. I thought that his like arc started off very poorly and has kind of like increased in my mind as this has gone on. But Hannah just seems to like constantly putting him down. Maybe that's just her personality. Maybe that's just who she is. But in their interaction, she kind of like complains about him not taking out the trash, or complains about him not being able to cook. To be fair, he doesn't seem to be able to cook, but she seems to point that out a lot. She introduces him to her family, and Nick introduces Hannah to his family, and his family seems to really like her. It's a very sweet scene. Nick seems to like really be emotional in this. So I feel like Nick is really happy with this. I don't know if Hannah is, and I feel like they're kind of like constant, like her like constant putting him down is not going to be good. Nick feels like he is a confidence kind of person, and this cannot be good for his confidence. So we will see. Not nearly as much drama as I expected from them. I expected when they got back that there would be a lot more drama. It seems to be more because Nick is very accommodating, and Nick is like very kind of like, I don't know, punching bag-ish, but we will see. Taylor and Garrett. I thought that there would be a lot of drama here, especially because they're meeting some of the family. I thought that the race would be an issue, and it kind of popped up a little bit, but it seems like they are pretty happy. It seems like they are, just happy with each other. They actually started talking about like moving to San Diego because I think Taylor is from San Diego, and Garrett's like, yeah, I could probably go to San Diego. Like, I could do my job remotely, which is a huge change. Like, that's crazy, but I think they are going to be okay. Not much drama with them. There hasn't really been a ton of drama other than like the first episode. So I think they'll be fine. They seem to have a pretty uneventful couple of episodes. So there we go. Ramses and Marissa. I think they'll be okay, but there seem to be some cracks forming, mostly, and this again could all be selected editing, mostly because of Ramsey's views of the military. Marissa was in the Navy for a while, I think like 8 years. So when Ramses and her are talking, Ramses is very anti-military, and he is very vocal about it. So I don't know, like it's a tough call because like Ramses, you have firmly held beliefs. You should hold to those. But like you gotta give a little bit with your future wife who you are in love with when he talks about how like if you were in the military, I wouldn't even consider marrying you. Like, whoa, like don't like she might want to go back to the military. She says she doesn't. Maybe she wants to go to the reserves. Maybe she decides later on that she wants to like finish her service. Who knows? But Ramses is just like very much anti-military. And then when he meets like Marissa's friends, he is also very vocal, which again, it's a tough call because like he has firmly held beliefs. He has strong beliefs. He shouldn't like just capitulate. But like he's talking to all of these people who presumably know Marissa. Some of them seem to have served as well. And he's talking about how like he doesn't believe in the military, he doesn't think that they do a good job. And even when he's like talking to Marissa about some of the things, like he's talking about the atrocities or the atrocities of war, the things that the military does abroad. And he's saying like these people signed up for it. These like 18-year-old kids signed up for it, which they did, but they were 18. And so Ramses like talks about how like these kids signed up for, some of these things that they're doing, but the military teaches you to like follow orders and to kind of do your job. And a lot of these kids are probably just doing their job, even if if Ramsey doesn't really believe in it, it's not really these young soldiers that are kind of like the cause of it. So in any event, I don't know. I think they'll be okay. It doesn't seem, I mean, Marissa is very proud of her service, but she seems to be kind of like okay with how Ramsey is talking, but it graded me the wrong way. I don't know. That's just me. Tim and Alex. So Tim and Alex, Not as much drama as I expected. I thought there'd be a lot more drama. It seems like they are accommodating to each other. Although Alex did bring up an interesting point when like they had that fight and Tim was like ready to leave. Alex brought up an interesting point. Like if he left, she would have no way to contact him. Like, I mean, I'm sure she could look up on socials and try to find him, but like normally she would not have any way to contact him. They met, they got engaged, but she didn't have his I don't even know if she has full. I mean, she must have had his full name, but she didn't have his phone number. She didn't really know like much about him. She wasn't. She said like if he leaves, I will like never talk to him again, probably. So I thought that was interesting. Like the way that this whole relationship sets up. There is some information, but definitely not as much as you would probably normally make. But they kind of had a fairly boring time, other than the fact that Alex is apparently a hoarder. Her apartment was a disaster and it looked like it had been ransacked, but that's just kind of how she lives. Tim seemed to be okay with this, but you can tell he was a little bit kind of concerned. So we will see if that causes some friction. But they actually had a relatively drama-free 3 episodes. We will see what happens next. Steven and Monica, this was a big shock. So they seemed to be doing okay. Steven seems like very accommodating to Monica, like apologizing for everything. He seems to be kind of like rolling over for her until this weird thing happened where he like I guess said he went to a sleep study and was texting this person that he had like met online, like sexting, I guess. And Monica found out about this and she got mad at him. He's like, "Oh, I'm just like playing." And you're like, "What are you doing? Like, why would you do that?" So this was an interesting one because like they brought in ammunition here because when Monica was confronting Steven, Taylor was in the room. I think Garrett was there also, maybe, but at least Taylor was there to like give her support. So this turned into like a big surprise. It kind of came out of nowhere that Steven was apparently like like texting people, and the implications maybe he like met up for her rather than do this. He like met up with her rather than do like a sleep study. So this rubs Monica the wrong way, as you imagine, and causes them to like break up. Boom, instantly. And like so they are seem to be gone. I don't think they're going to be back. It seems like that relationship is over, which is weird. I thought that they would be fine, but it seems like Steven has some things in his closet that we didn't see in the first few episodes. So, and finally, Tyler and Ashley. They seem very cute. They always seem very cute. I called them the boring couple. They're always really fun until the end of episode 9 when there is a big fight. Now, we don't get all the context here. We get little snippets as you would expect in a reality TV show, but seems like Tyler was a sperm donor and he says that he has 3 kids. Now, we don't know what this is. Like, we don't know if he just like donated a bunch of sperm and like 3 of those kids have reached out to him and maybe he has tried to like establish a relationship. We don't know if he was like a surrogate with someone, like, if he donated his sperm to like help a friend who was like infertile. We don't know. We just get a little bit here and there, but it seems like he has 3 kids that he calls like his kids. And this was all new information for Ashley because they were talking about kids. And so this seems to kind of like have thrown a wrench in their system. But again, without more information, it's tough to know. Like it's tough to know if he like actually considers them his kids, if he has like a involved relationship with them, or if he just kind of like knows about them and wanted to like let it out there so that she had all the information. It seemed to cause a big issue. We will see. That's kind of how this season, this tranche ends. So we will see what happens in the next episode. But I still think they'll be fine. They were really cute together. They seem really cool. But we'll see. This kind of like shock new information might turn Ashley off to this whole process. So of the people that are left, I think Taylor and Garrett will probably make it. They seem really cute. I thought race would be a bigger issue. It kind of was, but I feel like they kind of handled it well, and they seem to have a really strong relationship. So I think that they will make it, which I didn't call them last time, so that was a nice switch. Ramses and Marissa, I think they will, but they seem to the showrunners seem to be really setting up something big happening soon, which I'm excited to see. Hannah and Nick, I think they're gonna make it. We'll see, but I don't think they're gonna make it. Tim and Alex, I still don't think they're gonna make it, but we'll see. Steven and Monica, nope, they're cut. And Tyler and Ashley, I think they'll still make it, but we'll see. We'll see what this revelation does to their overall relationship. Now, what about all the things I was complaining about in the last episodes? Well, we still don't get them yet, but we will apparently see them in the next tranche. Bowden was my big surprise that Bowden didn't like come out with anyone. There's apparently gonna be like some sort of like jazz night, floppers night. I'm not 100% sure what the theme is, but it's like a casino night, and Bowden will show up, and Bowden and Marissa seem to be talking. We will see. I mean, it would be kind of like the perfect setup here with Ramses being so anti-military and so vocal about it, Marissa kind of being on the fence, and Bowden being former military. That might draw them together. Bowden is also very attractive, so that might also draw them together. We will see because Marissa hasn't actually seen Bowden in person. So we will see what happens there. I'm looking forward to is the wrong word, but I think this will be some fun drama. And Katie was like gone after like the first episode, and I thought that someone would at least be interested in her because she works for the Ravens. Well, she shows up too to this night, and it seems like Nick D and her talk a lot. So we will see what happens there. We will see if that causes some drama between Nick and Hannah. I mean, it seems like anything can probably cause drama between Nick and Hannah, but that might, maybe being talking to someone who is like nice to him and compliments him and doesn't like constantly put him down, maybe that will help. Maybe that will like force a wedge there. And we will see what happens next when the next two episodes, 10 and 11, drop on October 16th, 2024. That is Love is Blind Season 7, episodes 7 through 9. They come to Netflix on October 9th, 2024. If you do watch it, let me know what you think. Let me know what you liked and didn't like. I'd love to hear it. Thanks so much for watching. If you like this review, recap, whatever you want to call it, then please like and subscribe to this channel. It helps me out a lot. Make sure all my new content goes straight to you. Thank you.